Good evening, my friends. This is Elaine, your RN in the garden, and welcome to another episode of Tune In Tuesday here at Lifestyle in the Garden. Today I'm starting off at my back door. It's a windy day. I garden here in Baltimore, Maryland. Many of my plants were toppled over by the wind. It is windy, it is cold. I think it is about 29 degrees right now. I'm starting off at the back door. You can see there's nothing much going on, but this has given me the chance to assess what I have. That is where my hostas grow up, right at the back door. It gives me a chance to assess what I have and determine the changes that I'll do for the coming season. This is my little hellebore, and we have new buds coming up, so I'll be getting flowers, and I will come out and trim the old leaves off. It is very cold, so I have not been out here to do, any of the trimming or cleaning up. I try to let the leaves kind of shelter the plants. This is another hellebore, and I hope it's not dying. It's all dried up. I am gonna put like a little cover over. You can see my little Eiffel Tower. It's blown over, and I hope I'm not losing this Ascot rainbow. We've been having some really cold weather here. So that's the Ascot rainbow. I had that blue container over it just to shield it a little bit, but it's been very cold. I was out this morning. I came in from work and I was trying to putter and do a little bit of just looking around and slight cleaning up. And I tell you, it was so cold, I eventually went in. This is where I had some coneflowers and dahlia. And this is right by the workout bench. The plan to for I was planning on opening the stones, and I am playing with this area because I plan to move the fairy garden, and it might come in this little spot. I'm playing with the shape. There is also my little angel that's blown over. Need to come in and remulch this as well. I'm really just taking stock. The arborvitaes are doing great. This is the hue, and I'm letting it grow, kind of grow out so I can shape it into a cone to match up with the arborvitaes. So they are holding their own, they're doing quite well. Also, in between, I would love to have some color. The Ascot rainbow, I am planning to propagate that this year. I'm going to try to do that a lot this year to build on my plant inventory in the garden. Also, I want to have some structure. This is going to be my next project, but I want to focus on this area, finish it up. I've been out here a couple of times and push a little barbell. So I want to get this organized where that little walkway would extend and come into the garden. And I definitely want a path. So if it snows, I'm not really walking on the grass in some mud. I want to kind of just really get it organized. The centerpiece, I am going to move that trumpet vine. It is too much for that. And then pull it out, restake it, cut back the rows. So those are some of the plans I have. Topiary concourse is doing, oh, look what it did. I tell you, this is what the wind's been doing. Look at what it did with that plant. So look at the reindeer. Everything is leaning, and I think it blew the top part of the fountain off. I'm gonna have to get in there and take that off. I hope it didn't, let it fall somewhere and break anything in there. But it's been windy. Not much is going on here, but it allowed me to look around and see what I want to do. I had planted some bulbs, so I am constantly looking around to see if I see anything poking up through the ground. This is that butterfly bush. Not looking its best right now, but that's what it is. And my two little plants that I put there, hopefully they come back because they do smell awesome and I would love to really enjoy those. This is the extended lily bed by the fountain. Some things are still there while some has gone to sleep. And of course the weeds are doing much better than the plants. It is windy, it is cold. My fingers are now burning. It toppled this spiral. That's all the stones that I had top dressing it. I had to move this one. This is something that blew, I don't know from where. I had added some more soil to this bed and planted a couple tulip bulbs I had. Maybe you can see. So I have some tulip bulbs right on the edge. I had come out just a few inches. So I'm always looking to see if there's any of those bulbs that's poking through anywhere. Not seeing any yet, but I'm hopeful. It is still cold, believe me. I wouldn't poke my head out either if it was me. This is the rosemary, and I hope that's gonna come back. It looks a little dry. It did stay up for come back from last year, so I'm hoping to prune it and hopefully it will come back. I had a coneflower right here and I hope that comes back. So this is the border on the terrace. There is just bushes and twigs and everything that's been blown all over the place. And I had sown the poppy seeds over in that corner. And this is what the lily bed looks like. It toppled over the umbrella. And these are areas that I'm rethinking, right where that little border of blocks are. I'm planning to move it and maybe put some of the arborvitae danicas lining that to give it like a little edge, a little structure. That is something I'll be working on also in the garden to give me some winter interest. I have picked up these two spirals a few times and I think I might put them in the ground. They might go where they are, somewhere in that position. So that is something I'm thinking of because I just keep picking them up. And I don't want to be always be doing that. Sometimes I pick them up like 2-3 times. This is the edible and ornamental garden on Elaine Avenue. The plan is also to increase the amount of vegetables I grow. Hopefully, I can grow enough that I will not buy, if it's even one or two things for the season. These are the pots we had sown some bulbs in, some tulip bulbs. And ooh, there is one. It's right there. Awesome. So, but it is, oh yes. There's a few in this one. I put this is something I got. I think it's either onions or garlic. I put it over so the rabbit don't come and start digging, or the squirrels. That's a bud right there. Oh, we have some heads popping up. That's one. That's one. Great. And while it grows, it will just push that over. Let's see if there's any in this one. I am not seeing any yet. That was ginger. And I did put the thyme in this. I had it in a pot. I put it right here. And that's a part of a fan that we had changed just to keep it off the ground a little bit. Because there is another one. It's on the ground, and for some reason it didn't take. This is it. So I don't know. I don't quite know what happened. This is my little greenhouse. Has a few things in. I had done the hydrangea cuttings. Oops, my gimbal is playing around. Hopefully it's frozen. And some of these I am trying, because what I would really love to do is whatever I have, they have to be able to stay outside. I don't want to pack anything else in the house. Whatever is in the house, they will stay in the house, but whatever is outside has to learn to deal with outside. I'm overwintering these, and I would love for them to come back. That's a smoke bush. That is, I think these are abelias and a spirea. So those are sitting in there. These are my bins that I normally do the tomatoes in. So I'll rotate those, hopefully. Pepper. I have okra seeds. And I don't want to get out and do too much, because if you do it too soon, then you will lose, your seedlings. And I would love it to be successful, so I'm holding off. It's tempting, but I'm holding off. This little area, I want it to be more pretty. I have a fennel. I have the obedience plant. I have some oh, what's those again? The word is evading me. Irises. These are like a purple color. These are some scraps that I want to put in my compost bin. I have two. I have one with just the leaves and the clippings from the garden, and then I have a small, well, it's not that small, a pot that I'm trying to do a little bit of the leaves, then the kitchen scraps like the peels. Those are some orange peels, eggshells, and that's something I want to do as well, to compost um, in the garden, and I can use it back to fertilize and build up on the soil. These are two bottles we did for the overwintering of the poppy seeds. And I've collected a couple more bottles so I can do that with some more seeds. I have Candy Tuft. I have a few more seeds that I would love to do that with. I'm going to take you down, well, first before we go down to the back garden, I hope um, this plant comes back. It looks a bit beaten up, but I hope it comes back. I took the amaryllises out of the house just to show you. Um, 1 minute. I get my gimbal right. Okay. I'll fix my little gimbal here. And this is Glee Red Lion. And what is the other one? I have their tags right there. Red Peacock is the taller one. The Glee is this short little one right here. And then that's the humongous bulb, the Red Lion. I just took them out the house so you can get a better look. The lighting inside is not so wonderful. And normally amaryllis blooms between December and February. The the dormant stages are normally like say August to December, and then you try to wake them up. They can help to improve your quality, of life, your mental health. The simple fact of just taking care of them helps you to relax and reduce stress and also anxiety. There was an article I read some time ago that they say that having a plant in the office space can actually assist in noise reduction and improve productivity. So even at home, you're not really thinking of productivity, but reducing stress, relaxing, those are some of the things we do at home. So I'm sure this can, that can work in any space. And as I say, just the simple fact of just taking care of the plant helps you to feel good and relax. In a world where, everybody is in such a hurry, we're doing so much things, stressful jobs, we do need something that's gonna take us back a little bit, help us to calm and rejuvenate. And that is one of the reasons I do gardening, because that's how I can be my true and authentic self. When I come home, this is just me. I'll get out there. I do what I want to do. I feel relaxed. This is what relaxes me. A lot of people do different things. I will also use the workout bench. But just picking around in the garden, it's light exercise, but you can structure it the way you want it so it's not, you know, overwhelming. Another thing is that we have all these gadgets, and sometimes I don't think we use it enough. Meaning, your smartwatch, your Fitbit, use it to your advantage. Every year, every new year, everyone is like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go to the gym, and before you know it, that plan just fall off the wagon. What I started to do, and me included, you got your smartwatch, you got your smartphone, but you're really not optimizing the features of these gadgets. So this year, make it one of your plan to look into your smartphone, see what features it has. I have the steps on my phone. I have my watch so you can check your heart rate. And sometimes note some of these things that you can talk to your doctor about. So that's your little help tip here on Tune In Tuesday. Oh, my cover is gone again. I did find the cover for the compost bin. Here it is. I have turned it a few times. It is a slow process because I turn it with this fork. It is cold. I think if it was much warmer, but definitely I did see a reduction. It was all the way up to the top. I did get a little bit of moisture in there. We had rain the other day and I opened it so we could get some moisture in there. But because it's cold, it's not really breaking down the way it should, but it is still working. So this is my compost bin. This is the other little one I was telling you about. So I put the kitchen scraps in this one, and this is my little bag with anything that blows, like that cover. I would put it in or put it in the recycle and keep this area clean. Leaves and grass clippings was what I put in there. And what you do periodically is just keep turning it, like lifting it. There's holes in the bottom. And over time, when this breaks down, the plan is to use this back in the garden. And I also would love to use the kitchen scraps to put in that one. I'm planning on getting a bigger container, a larger container, and I'll cover that. I still have some more scraps I need to drop in. That's why it's open. And I will need to go find my cover again. It has been a windy week for us. So that's the update on the compost bin. It has definitely reduced in size. It was all the way up to the top, so I know some form of breaking down is going on in there. But I need to get the top back on. I will have to go hunting because everything is being blown away. Hopefully I can find it, or I'll have to have my husband make me a top for it. This is where the greenhouse was, so it's now the area where I'll put my extra soil and some gardening stuff. I think I'm going to maybe put a couple blocks and put like a wood or a piece of plywood. I have that, so I might put it over top of it to keep some of the water off. And these areas I have plans for them. I will revise the seating area. I used to use it a lot, not much now. So the plan is to extend from the shed over to where that bucket is with some pavers, and maybe just take this all up and use the pavers to make a definite walkway, like from the back door all the way into the garden. That's the Road Charmer, the RV. Not much going on down here as well. Something has been digging. Most things are sleeping. I did see some blooms on the hellebore. Once it is not this cold, I'll come back and cut the old leaves off. And I'm just using my phone to record. I don't have any special cameras or anything like that. It's just my phone, and this is not even the newest phone. This is an iPhone 11, and it's doing wonderful. So anyone want to record anything, your phone is great. We spend so much money on these things, let it work for you. This is the other Ascot rainbow. I don't think it got that much of a beating because it's sheltered by that tree, the crepe myrtle. So it's kind of in this little area. I don't think it got that much beating, but the other one on the other side, like the wind just, just goes up against it. I am happy this one is not that bad because I would really love to propagate this. You see the coloring, the winter interest on this thing. So I want to carry that over into different sections of the garden. So that is one of my plans. As I said, I spent a lot on plants last year and I want to do more seeds, propagating. So that's something I'm doing some research on so I can implement it in the garden. It is cold out here, guys. I feel my voice changing. This tree, I am planning on moving it. I'm going to cut it down, cut the rows back, dig it up, and then just have this as like a little grass area. I'm going to move the plants to a different area. I want to have it more structured. So those are the plan. I like the way this Paris is performing. It's I think it's the first year with it, first winter. So I love that it's doing well. I love those little berries or whatever those are. Let me see. It says it grows 5 feet high and 5 feet wide. So maybe I need to get it out of that pot so it can do its thing. But I want to get it in an area where it's really going to be. So I have to really determine where I'm going to put them. This is my future project right here. And right beside the shed right here, I think I might do a cold frame because I'm planning to do all these seedlings. So planning for next year, I think I'm going to build a little cold frame down in the base of this side of the shed. This is the other end of this bed. And I want to get in between the arborvitaes something pretty. That could be the Ascot rainbows. I was also thinking hydrangea because I have a few hydrangeas and I'm planning on doing some cuttings. This is that stump I'm always trying to burn. I actually lit it this morning, but it was so cold. Um, we might end up just using like a saw to try to cut some of the area so I can actually make a fire pit and then have this area as a seating area. Still working out exactly what I'm gonna do with it. It doesn't look much now, but I am gonna make sure it is a nice relaxing area. I want to have areas in the garden where I can sit and relax. If someone comes over, we have a nice place to sit. And that is the sweet pea bed. I hope that Ascot rainbow is not dead because I'm really looking forward to do some cuttings from it in the spring. Those are the amaryllises. See how beautiful they look. I just put them out here so you can get a look at it. I wish the red lion had bloomed for Valentine's Day. That would have been my Valentine's shout out to you guys, but it just opened. There's one and then the other 3 is coming. This is a new little buggy I bought. It's not yet set up. So I have a few of the jugs that I'm going to do some overwintering. And that's really all I have for you this week. A little garden to do, a little health tip. I am Elaine, your RN in the garden. I'm a registered nurse. I work at a hospital, and as I said, when I come home, I just want to relax. This is my way to be myself. I don't know what your way of, do you read? But, find something that's gonna make you relax. So I leave you on Elaine Avenue back at my not so beautiful garden, but it was awesome to see the tulips coming up. There was some daffodils I think I did going up the driveway underneath that euonymus, and I will keep an eye out to see what's coming up, but it is much too cold to be doing anything. I don't even want to cut anything back. This is one of the baskets, and that's a sedum. So that is awesome. Nothing beautiful right now to see. Well, that's winter gardening for you. But hopefully, we'll have some beautiful things coming up and some wonderful project. So I'll see you next time. And you take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.